Welcome to Armored Gaming. This is Panther Al. Today I'm doing a little bit of video, not too long of a video, on a little bit of air forces for me. Normally I'm a tank guy. Usually I suck at planes. This is one of the rare occasions we're actually pretty good here. I'm in the Yak 3 VK107. Yeah, I did a little bit of side climbing. Tried to dive earlier after B-17, but a guy already got him. So I'm not quite at the altitude I want to be at. But I see this F8F over here, and considering how my night at that time actually was going, I kind of figured this would be a very short fight here. Short as in I was going to get shot down fairly quickly. But I see this F8 go after this Yak 9. I figure I might as well come down and see if I can give this guy a hand. Unfortunately, he seems to have done a pretty good job on that Yak. So I dive in, don't quite get guns on, and I start to maneuver after him. Now, when it comes to dogfighting skills, I really have the very, very basics. I kind of get the idea what a scissors is. I kind of understand boom and zoom. I kind of sort of understand these things. I understand the difference between, you know, working up your throttles, your flaps, what have you. And as you see, I try to dive in on them, get a few shots, really missed them all. And wasted a good bit of ammo there. So there you go, I throw it back up, come back in. Oh, that was, looking at it on the replay, it was a bad move there, shooting at that time. But as you can tell, we're just trying to roll in on each other, dropping speed, popping flaps. He tried to get a shot off at me, can't blame him, I did the same thing. And I'm losing all sorts of speed doing this. This should have been a mistake, because I obviously messed up there, but so be it. Usually when this was happening, I was in TeamSpeak with a couple guys, and one of the guys who knows me well knows how bad I am in planes, and he's making jokes about, why are you taking out the VK107? That's horrible for you. It's hard to learn, it's hard to fly, especially for someone that doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, here I am, and I'm like, okay, let me see if I can survive this. Get a pass, almost get a shot there. It was a little bit more pull, I would have had a good shot, so I pull back around again. So I said, well, we'll see, you know. Who knows, I'll get lucky here. And I don't know if it's because this guy here was flying badly, or I got lucky, or no idea. But here's where he makes his mistake, and I make him pay for it. Just barely tipped him. Started a nice fire. And this pretty much put pay to him right here. Got another series of hits. I throttle back up. Get ready to go back down just in case I need to. Then I realize right about here, there's really not much point, especially when he rolls over. So I look around, and oops, there's a Spitfire. So I pull out, try to force it head on and bug out, and boom, got him. He got me though. He got me pretty good. It doesn't show right there in the damage display there, but my engine got knocked pretty good. Matter of fact, shortly after this, I pretty much had to go right towards base just to repair and rearm. My ammo count was, I think at this point, about 40 rounds. Maybe 60, I don't recall offhand. But my engine was pretty much shot. So I pretty much had to make a beeline for tip-off over there and just land and repair. But we'll take a pause here. There's another incident later on that I think is worthy of note. So 1 second and we'll go to that point. So we're back up. Now there's like 1 or 2 planes left, so I decided to do a little bit of ground pounding, try to get some points that way. As you can tell, I'm really bad at strafing, oddly enough. This actually comes into play later on, very importantly, and you'll see why here in a few moments. Basically, I'm just shooting up some AA. Basically, I'm expending ammunition that it turns out that I could not afford to expend. So got the AA there, all well and good. Now I'm looking around, seeing if I want to make another pass on it. Then, swing back around. Another pass, here we go. Not wasting time on the armored car, I'm just shooting up the AA. Now, if I recall correctly, at this point, I was down to about 60 rounds of ammunition. little bit of very minor damage, I think, maybe. Can't recall. But they're a sneaky potato. And I figure, why not? Let's go after them. Now, all that ammo I shot off at the ground targets is going to bite me in the butt right here. Because I have about 50 to 60 rounds. And you'll see why this is going to bite me in the butt so hard. Try and get out from the AA. Could be worse, I suppose. It looks like they forced a head-on up there. He's coming around. Basically, I'm trying to, right now, at this point, trying to bait him to see if he wants to dive on me. He's smart. He's staying focused on the guy up there. So it's all good. Now, at this point, I'm considering going up after him. And here we go. Do a little turn, a little bit of power climbing. Not quite sure what I was thinking because I do another turn, another quick climb here in a moment. Okay, the LA9's going down, dragging him down with it. This pretty much made me decide, okay, let's go after him. And I got a little buck happy here. Pulling up after him. I figure, you know, these guys are going about to get him. I might as well try to, you know, sneak a kill in. So I try the old-fashioned prop hang. Now, here, that was all my ammo. I was out. I figured by this point he'd be dead. But look, he's not. And look at where I wind up being. So this is where having no ammo really bit me in the butt. Because as you can tell, I slotted right nicely on his 6 here. Getting my speed back up, turning around a little bit. He's diving down, roll out. Come on in. He goes up. And you think this is bad, wait till you see it gets worse here in a second. See, there's some shots I could have made right there. There's a shot. There's a shot. And here in a second, there's going to be another shot. Almost. You see the problem. Right here, all I can do, since I have no ammo, is make him waste all his energy trying to dodge me, not realizing that there is no point to it. There's nothing I can do to him. Which pretty much set him up for this LA9 pretty nicely. And there he goes. LA9 has F8F. There's no way he's going to get away. Pull back around. And there he goes, dead. So pretty much I wound up making him focus on me, which put him in a really bad situation for Mr. Body here. Which I actually am kind of glad he took that shot, because that Spitfire that I took out earlier and that head-on, he was diving on the Spitfire. He pretty much had him cold, but since there was this head-on going on, you kind of have to take the shot. So I'm kind of glad he got his kill. But this is why I think, in hindsight, I should not have gone after that AA. I think I should have saved my ammo for aircraft, to be honest. I think that was the smarter play here. And this is one of the reasons why I like watching replays, because you can sit there and you can watch it, you know, watch it a day or two after the fact. Like, I think this is 2 days after I played this match. So you can think it through and say, okay, well, this is it. But I hope you liked it. I do appreciate you watching. You guys like, subscribe, do all that good jazz. I would appreciate it. Until then, you guys have a good one.